Alright. I'm basically one summit away from winning. Capture one more region. But I want to go out with a bang, so let's attack the Scipii army.
Sir! Attack! Attack!
Okay, I can't attack the Scipii army. Well, Calvers might fall and I'll have to take 2 summons, or I'll always have to come back and, like, hit this summon again. We'll see. When I basically left off, like, with the last episode, I forgot to note that I actually sent this army basically over here to attack Apollina. I also sent my spy in here, he failed to open the gates, but, small little army here to attack basically, like, Apollina over here. And I think the summons here that I'm basically attacking with these guys, it's probably going to be a tier 3 because it's got ladders, so not a big wall or anything. He does have an army here that, like, could, like, sweep down and hit me, but, if so, then I just hit another summon, it's fine. Well, I guess I'm going to end the turn then. I'll see you guys in a moment. This recording is for posterity, but boom. Oh! I had one of my guys get assassinated. That happened. Alright, well. I want to battle the Scipii army over here, and guess what? We're going to have a battle of them because they attacked me. They're going to be AI only. And this has to be like this battle as it is. Well, let's see how this goes. So, they basically attack like this army here with like the captain, so this guy's gonna be reinforcements. Not that it really matters. We're having one epic battle basically to fight the Scipii here. Now, I will note that small army I basically like dropped at Apollina. The Brute I did actually send a small army to, like, reinforce their city. They didn't attack my army, but I mean, I probably won't be able to attack the city now because there's just too big of an army next to it, but whatever. It just means that, I have to go after one of our cities.
Proud Romans over there are the Scipii. They think they are our equals, our enemies. I think they are dead men. They stand alone. No friend has come to this place to die for them. Does this not say something about their honor? They're standing among nations. We stand on the defensive today. Let them wear themselves out against our battle line. We outnumber them by a small margin. From such small beginnings are great victories crafted. I have fought these men many times, and even now they must be praying to their false gods for mercy. They will have little enough of it from me. Be of good cheer. Our comrades are marching to our aid even as I speak. We go now to our bloody business!
Now, this will be an interesting battle because I don't think this is the army that the Scipii basically have their siege equipment in. So, they won't be able to bring that to bear against me.
General Cavalry! Units! Former Archers! Units! Legionaries! Units!
Also, I got a full legionary complement here, which is nice. Alright, so, how this battle is going to work here. They're attacking me from over here. Their additional army is going to come from right here. And my allies are going to come from right there. So, we'll put these guys right here, 4 lines deep. Put my archers right here. And until I find a better place for my horsemen, they can just go right here in the back.
The ferryman will be busy today. The enemy have brought more men to the fight. Gods be praised! The reinforcements are here! Send them to fight! Dishearten the enemy!
Yeah, they're over there. And yeah, all the seed equipment is basically right there in this army, so that might not be able to like do much. I'm gonna get my guys running here a little bit because why not? This is a very small looking army. And it's not the most, like, you know, beautiful setup to start off this fight, but whatever. If I fight these guys out, I can focus on these guys right after, so it's fine. Whoop.
The enemy general is running away. This is no way for a leader to behave, but in battle, it's beyond belief. The gods be praised. The enemy general is dead. His men know their doom approaches.
I'm about to rout this army at least.
The enemy show their true virtue. They are not soldiers, only frightened rabbits running from our men.
Whoop. They're charging at me. Stop running after them. Turn and fight then. My general's coming to help. There's our enemy general over there.
General.
At least these guys are stronger than the Roman cavalry, so they should be able to win against them. Let the AI basically manage them. Stop going after them. I want you going after these guys. Okay, their bliss is under attack. Under Anges is under attack. Oh, look at that. They're actually also attacking over here.
The gods have filled the heart of the enemy general with fear. Now he flees the field like a coward.
Attack!
Oh. That's why he really wants to run into him, I guess.
Attack!
So he gets away.
General! Run! Attack! Attack!
Let these guys ram into him first.
Destroy them!
There's my general.
The gods be praised! The enemy's hearts are full of fear, and now they flee!
Let them think twice about attacking me. I lost a lot of troops there, especially my cavalry, but, you know. Whatever.
Rome demands victory from her generals!
Oh, I did actually lose that many. Okay.
Our victory!
Now, if I'm lucky to route, like, you know, their first army and the general will basically get away with the second, but it's fine. Definitely a very eventful turn. I had, like, you know, assassination of, like, faction heir, faction leader. Possibly. I had, like, you know, the Scipii attacked me near Carthage. I'm very surprised how well the Scipii got beat up in this campaign for sure. Alright, I'm just gonna, you know, pause recording again. We'll wait till we get to the end of my, you know, start my next turn. Alright, so, yes. My faction, you know, guy here was killed. So, new faction leader is now Marcus Julius. And that's because faction leader killed! Our leader has been villainously slain. Someone must pay for this outrage. Someone must suffer the weight of Roman vengeance. And apparently Admiral Cassius died. This guy died apparently. So now it's just a regular general here. I think when your generals die, or you know, admirals die, by the way, you can actually merge the ships again. But whatever. So yes, note that basically Carthage is basically no longer under siege because I knocked off the guys who were attacking me. Also, note by the way that this is a very small army. I thought it was like a big army over here, but no, it's just a piddly little, like, you know, amount of units here. So I could actually theoretically just go like this, and
Orders? Yes, Captain. Imperator.
essentially
Ready to sail. Forward. General.
I can reinforce the army if I want to.
Captain. Yes, Captain. Sir. Imperator.
So even if he's got like a a bit of troops there, I could actually still win this battle if I want to. But I really only need one, so it could be any of them. But just to sort of like do it for the sake of doing it.
Killer waiting.
You kill my faction leader. You must pay for that. And there we go. He's avenged, sort of. Alright, well. Before I really do anything else at this point, let's just go over my summary here of things. So, basically there's like my, faction summary. My current capital is basically Alessia. I've got 69 family members. My end of term balance is basically 30k. I control 49 regions that if they need to win. I've won 239 battles, lost 17. I basically rank first in everything except for financial, which is, you know, to be expected. My enemies include the Julii, the Scipii, the Numidians, the Scythians, and the rebels. And I still trade with, like, you know, the Greeks, the Seleucid Empire, and the Greeks. The Egyptians, the Seleucid Empire, and the Greeks. And that's basically all I have right here. We don't have our, like, you know, Senate button because, you know, we're no longer part of the Roman Republic, so to speak. We're our own thing. And, you know, let's just look at the ranking space for stuff. So, here's basically how the ranking space to look for, like, you know, Roman factions. So, we basically were always, like, the strongest of these, like, you know, free factions here. But note that basically the Scipii here, once we basically started to get, like, you know, toward, like, you know, I guess where it probably was, but maybe, like, you know, the Civil War began. Note how these guys basically start to dip, and, like, you know, Scipii basically just drop, like, a, you know, off a cliff. So, military ranking. That's when, like, the Scipii really started to suffer right there. Production ranking, I was always really good at it. Territorial. So, I guess the Scipii have, like, a second settlement somewhere, maybe a third, but, you know, they aren't looking too great. There's my territory. There's financial, so. Brudii always had, like, more money, of course, because they're the Brudii, but, you know, I was doing quite well. There's population, I have the most population by far. And then there's, like, the, you know, Rome, the Senate, but, you know, we don't really care about them. They're just one city. Here's some other stuff basically for what we basically see here. So, there's Macedon, there's the Greeks, there's the Thracians, there's the Dacians. So, there's their, like, you know, little faction rankings. No, Dacia basically, like, you know, they just, like, you know, die immediately. And then, of course, like, you know, Thrace is basically here. They, like, you know, they did pretty well. The Greeks basically have, like, you know, stayed pretty steady here. Apparently being, like, you know, conquering somewhere, because they have, like, you know, some score there. And, well, Macedon died in the end there, but whatever. It's really odd seeing the Greeks being, like, you know, alive this long, because usually they, like, die pretty quickly, but not in this case, I guess. Military ranking, they're, you know, the Macedon was strongest at some point, but, you know, Brudii decided to knock them out. There's their production, so Greeks are still doing pretty good. Territorial, so yeah, Greeks are still pretty even. Financial, Greeks are still the best. Population, Greeks are, you know, okay. So that's them. Let's look at some of the other guys. So we have, like, the barbarians. We have, like, you know, Gaul, Spain, Britannia, Germania. I'm tempted to throw Scythians in here as well, just for sacred, because, you know, they're still basically here. So here's our barbarians. We did pretty well for a while, and then, like, you know, I started wiping out people. So Gaul was basically left, like, one, like, you know, settlement after a while, and they got knocked out. Eventually, like, you know, Britannia followed them. One of these guys is also Germania, by the way, because, you know, the Britons is, like, you know, romped basically into, like, the, you know, the edges of the map, so to speak, next to the Scythians. But whatever. So, there's production. There's territorial, so. Well, it's odd. Basically, Germany basically died early on, and then, like, you know, Britain has stayed on top. And then there's Spain, by the way. They lasted quite a while until, like, you know, I came in and took their stuff. Scythians are doing pretty well, so they got some territory somewhere. Territorial, so yeah, basically, like, everyone's right here, and, like, you know, down the cliff they go. There's Scythians doing their thing. There's financial. All the barbarians are pretty poor. Population. Scythians are doing pretty well. And basically showing us because, like, you know, we're gonna win basically in a moment, right? So might as well show it now. Alright, so Carthage and Numidia. And I got a third faction in here somewhere I didn't want, so this Britannia, we'll take them off. So here's basically Carthage and Numidia. Carthage did, like, you know, lasted for a little bit, but, you know, Scipii had basically, you know, knocked him out pretty fast, and I finished him off. Numidian's doing pretty well. They're doing a lot better now because they're a protectorate, but whatever. So military ranking, Numidian's doing okay now because they're alive. Scipii is of course dead. There's a production ranking. You know, I almost wish I could like lower this a little bit so you can see like a little bit more in the graph, but whatever. So there's production. There's territorial, so Numidian's playing like wee. Financial, they're all, you know, pretty poor at this point. And then we got the last factions. We got like, you know, the stuff in the east. So Armenia, Pontus, Parthia, Seleucids, and Egypt. So apparently Egypt's doing pretty well. Not the Seleucids, they're doing pretty terrible. Pontus is doing okay. And of course Parthia died. And Armenia died pretty quick as well, I guess, so they're basically not eating there, but whatever. There's the overall ranking, so best population, that's overall. Basically, like, you know, we can see like Parthia lasted for a little bit, and then, like, you know, they die, of course. So Seleucids are probably on like their last city or so. There's the military ranking, so yeah, Seleucids are basically almost dead. There's Pontus, there's Egypt. There's production, so it looks like they're probably on like a very like, you know, crappy state of Seleucids, so that's what's happening to them. Pontus and like Egypt are right there. Territorially, yeah, they're probably on like their last summit. Pontus is right there, Egypt is right there. Financial, all pretty poor. I mean, Pontus and Egypt have a little bit of money, but not a whole lot. Population, there we go. Egypt is all the way up there. And if I want to just activate everyone here, just to show everyone the graph. So yeah, there's me, there's Brudii, then it's Egypt, so they're like the third like best faction. Pontus is apparently fourth because I knocked down Scipii so much, and then Scythians and the other guys there. Who's the other guys? Greeks? So Scythians and Greeks basically like, you know, tie for overall ranking. It's just about the Scipii. Here's something standing for the remaining factions, by the way. So here's the House of Julii. We're basically like enemies with like, you know, all this part of the world right up here. No part is like black parts like the parts that haven't explored in the world, so we don't see what's there, but whatever. There's basically the Brudii, so they're apparently allied with the Scythians and like Scipii still. And they're enemies of like, you know, me and the rebels. There's the Scipii, they're basically enemies of the Greeks, of course, still, but whatever. So the Greeks are basically over here in like the continent. They've like conquered some stuff there, I guess, the Greeks. And of course they got Protectorate. There's Egypt, so they've actually got quite a bit of land over here. They're enemies to the Greeks and the Seleucids. They're allies to the Scythians up there. I got trade partners with like, you know, everyone else, including me. So yeah, there's the Seleucids on the map, by the way. There's like one little region that's probably where Parthia basically starts. And like, you know, they're enemies of like everyone around them. They're allies to the Numidians, apparently. That's interesting. So there's Pontus. They basically took over the Seleucid lands for mostly, and down here apparently. And yeah, there's the Greeks, by the way. They took some settlements basically over here, and just like, you know, part of Anatolia. Numidia basically was this territory, this territory, this territory. So 4 territories for the Numidians. And then the Scythians are all up here apparently. So they took the Parthian territory. And by the way, you can see like the, you know, strength of everyone. So Brudii are a little weaker than us. Scipii are a lot weaker than us. Egypt's right there. So they're similar in strength to like the Brudii, a little bit weaker. Seleucids have nothing. Pontus has a little bit more force than the Scipii. Greeks have actually like, you know, a little bit more than Scipii. Numidia isn't actually that weak compared to like the Scipii, but whatever. And then there's Scythians right there. They're pretty similar to the Greeks right there, I guess. Alright, so here's the finances and stuff, so I really don't pay attention to this, you know, usually, but whatever. You can automatic like your tax and like automatic everything by the way if you want to, but whatever. I'm not really into like, you know, letting the CPU basically do stuff for me, so whatever. And if I go to family tree, here's my family tree. So we started off with, of course, with like, you know, Flavius the Killer there. There's the faction heir right now. Here's the faction, like, you know, leader. So most of the old line is dead, so to speak. Except for this guy, he's apparently still alive. One of his sons from Flavius. It goes to show, doesn't mean like you're gonna retain your, like, you know, faction leadership in the Roman Republic. Alright, so here's the list and stuff. So you got like settlements, so list all my settlements and stuff. You can see, like, you know, Cordova's basically unhappy. Paphian's apparently unhappy because, like, you know, they're being taxed. My faction leader's dead. There's the military forces all over the place. Agents. Yeah, I definitely want to play like the merchants because there's too many to, like, you know, deal with, like, you know, overall. Move followers and stuff like that. I don't really care about this. I really don't care about this menu at all. I like the idea that they actually have it, but I mean, it's so clunky. And Asian Hub, I don't really care about this either. I just try to do stuff on the map. Alright, well.
Move out.
I could attack here. That's probably weakness summit over here. There's a Scythians up here. They've got like an army up here for me to deal with.
Sir. Forward.
But you know what? I really want to attack the Numidians because we really haven't seen them, like, you know, play that much here. So
General.
I'm just gonna save the game. Pre-victory. Yep, let's just win the game. Assault! Alright, so. The Numidians don't really have anything of, like, worth in here. They basically have, like, javelin men, which are not really going to stop me, but whatever. We'll humor the Numidians and kill their last city for, you know, our victory. This was originally my city, remember? I mean, it was their capital before that, but, you know, whatever. That was a long time ago.
The Numidian king has sent his servants against us. Do not fear them, for they will be cut down just like other men. And draw strength from this fact. The enemy are so loathed that no ally can be found to support them. We are here to do one job. Prevent them from taking the town at all costs. We outnumber them by a large margin, but this may drive them to foolhardy defiance. Be careful. Until the enemy walls crumble, our brave horsemen can do little. Let us breach those walls and hunt down the enemy. Those people have never met us on a field of battle. After today, they will flee at the sound of our approach. The omens are not favorable, but that is an excuse made by the weak and feeble. We are neither, and so face the day with calm hearts. There is no shame in fear. There is only shame in letting fear rule you. Try not to look scared, and you'll find bravery in your heart. Units, await my orders.
So, nobody says something about the cavalry because that's my cavalry flank. It's a huge flank for, like, you know, an army. For sure. Alright, so, really just here, I just want to, like, you know, him on, like, you know, multiple sides. Nice straight path up to his, like, you know, city entrance there as well, so that's nice. Let's put the ladder here. You can go right there. You can go here. You can go here. Put these guys in loose. Actually, I could put them in their, like, you know, formation too, so there's that to keep in mind. Alright, well, let's start the battle.
Ladders! Scale the walls! To the walls! Siege tower! At the siege to the walls! Siege, move to the walls!
They do have some guys on the walls, but whatever.
Legion! Unit! Legion! Hurry! Move! Move! Legionary cohort! Legionary cohort! Legionary cohort! Unit! Auxiliary! Move! At the double!
So he left some javelin men up here on the walls to, like, you know, pelt me, I guess, a little bit. Not a whole lot, though. His peasants are basically over here, because, of course, they're the captain. Oh, they are the captain. Who's the leader here? Oh, there. That's their infantry. They're the captain, apparently. Okay. Surprisingly, they haven't killed, like, you know, one of these, like, towers here.
Our siege towers have reached the walls. Now there will be hard fighting to break the
I don't care who gets to the wall. Let's get to the wall.
Leave the tower! Form test judo! Auxilia! Auxilia! Legionaries! Standard formation! Standard formation! Cohort! Our ladders are in place, and our men are now attacking. Against courage, what use of walls?
You know what? Screw it. I'm definitely just these towers over here because, you know, I messed up them, so whatever. Let's get these guys up here.
Legionary! Attacking us! Siege tower! Move to the wall! Cohort! Move! Move! Siege tower! Leave the towers! Move! Move! Legionaries! Cohort! Hurry! Quickly! Legionaries! Cohort! Run! Hurry! Legionary cohort! Run! Legionary! Standard formation! Quickly!
Let's get up there. Well, they're massing.
Legionary cohort! Attack!
And of course, they're still attacking me over at a tower, but whatever. That's one thing about ladders versus siege towers. Ladders are a lot more, you know, quicker. It's just that you're more vulnerable to using them.
Cohort! Legionaries!
Move! Legionary cohort! Attack!
Just kill them all.
Great gods! Our soldiers have done well this day. The walls are taken.
Destroy them! Legionaries! Destroy their cohort!
Let's go take the gates of him.
Cohort!
That's my gatehouse now.
Hurry! Auxilium!
Yeah, I probably should have left some of these guys basically outside because it's going to take a while for them to climb over here, but whatever. Now we get over here. I might just use my horsemen to finish off everything else. I got so many of them, right? So why not? Like, to do a spearman, but I mean, against this many horsemen, it's not going to help that much. They'll probably be like, you know, running away more and like, you know, staying to fight. Let's get over here.
General! Roman cavalry!
I will be firing out some of my general first, but whatever. Yeah, bonus fighting cavalry, combat bonus in deserts, good morale, good stamina, can sap.
Units! General! Attack! Roman cavalry! General!
Let's get this guy over here then. I may have taken a few casualties here, but we're also just destroying these guys here. And they actually ran away.
The enemy general flees. Press forward so the spirit of his army is broken too.
General! Attack!
Great gods be praised. The enemy general is killed. Fear makes a home in our enemy's hearts.
Just mowing down his peasants here.
The enemy army is in flight.
Alright, well. That's basically it. That was the last territory I needed. I think I have to end the turn first before we get the effect, but whatever. We basically won the game at this point. Timidi mater non fit. A coward's mother does not weep. Latin proverb. And military access grant for diplomatic negotiations. Something I never really did, but whatever.
Victory and glory! Settlement captured!
So there we go. I can massacre, you know, a little bit of population here for, you know, funds of it, I guess. Oh, look at that, we did get it. This is a moment to savor. Rome and the Empire, indeed the world, lie at your feet. And the people of Rome love you. Those old fools in the Senate need not trouble you further. Your enemies are weak, confused, and thoroughly beaten. Victory. Enjoy the trappings of power that you have earned. And there we go. I'm Emperor of, like, you know, the world. Alright, so, we win. Now, one more, I'm just gonna do a quick check of something. Alright, so, basically I've got, like, you know, about 20 minutes to kill before, like, you know... This video is basically, like, more or less, you know, slated to end. But let's just open up the command prompt thing here. I'm going to go toggle _ FOV. Whoop, I did that wrong, I guess. Oh, I did wrong thing here. So toggle FOW. There, finally. So, I know there's like the, you know, these cheats you can actually like program to the game to sort of like look at stuff. So let's have a look at like the world as we like, you know, see it. So there's all my land, of course. I conquer it without much issue. There are some pirate ships out here, and like, you know, well, I don't see a whole lot of pirates, but you don't see them somewhat. There's some brigands in the hills right here. Didn't really care to, like, you know, battle them, so why not? Just left them be. Merchants doing their thing everywhere. Rebels ones that being a thing. Alright, so over here, basically there's like the, you know, Themyscira with the Amazons. I don't know what happened to like the, like, you know, leader over here, but you know, they're gone apparently. The Scythians did have like an army marching over here to attack me, but you know, whatever. There's some rebels right there. Yeah, there's like, you know, that was basically the Parthian settlement over here that, like, you know, I guess like they conquered. And Pontus basically owns, like, you know, Armenia over here, I guess, so they conquered them. So there's troops there. There's those troops right there. And here's like the Brudi armies basically all over the place here, so I see armies right there, armies right there, armies right down here. So basically all the armies this guy basically had, except for like this one right here, they're basically all coming up here to meet me at this point. So he's running out of armies at this point, I guess. Oh, here's the Greeks over here, so they have like, you know, Pergamum, Sardis, Helicarnus, and Rhodes. They actually had like 2 wonders over here. No one ever took Kydonia, Crete over here, apparently. So there's Egyptian armies over here. They're probably like marching on to take the Greeks. There's Pontus basically like, you know, holding all this land. Look at all these Egypt armies over here just running in to, like, you know, hit the Greeks, I guess. Like just a train of them. So Pontus is basically coming over here to go, you know, finish off the Seleucids. Some Egypt armies over here as well. There's the Giants of Babylon, owned by, like, you know, Egypt apparently. So Egypt and Pontus carved up the Seleucids. That's all that can really be said there. And apparently the Pontus are down here for some reason, because, you know, odd wars are odd. There's the Numidian, like, you know, see right there. They got Numidian, like, faction right there. Apparently the Scipii did have an army over here. There's like, you know, another like Numidian like settlement. There's that one right there. And yeah, there's like, you know, the Scipii. So I figured the Scipii were down to like the last settlement, and if I took that settlement, that would have been it for them. Oh wait, no, they have this one over here too, so they had 2 settlements basically left, but not a whole lot basically. So I could march down that easily and just take it if I like, you know, had a time for it. This guy was obviously marching toward me over here. This guy's just marching like back toward just like, you know, the destination over here, I guess. You know, I don't know what happened to that Spanish, like, you know, army that was basically on the boats. They just disappeared, I guess. Which is fine. Whatever. But yeah, there's basically like the, you know, the map basically in a nutshell as it looks. And let's just go like this. I'll note the reason I'm basically loading this basically up here is just like, you know, we can see what happens to basically say stop playing. I figure it just goes right to the main menu, but there might be like a summary screen basically to pop up that like, you know, shows off like, you know, what everything is like a timeline. What can a soldier do who charges when out of breath? Not much, but whatever. Alright, so I realize this has been a very long playthrough of like this game, and probably could have been shortened a lot by like, you know, skip like the general speeches and like, you know, maybe cut out like a lot more like, you know, did a lot more pausing like early on. But in many ways this is like sort of like a, you know, just sort of edge myself back into this game to see like, you know, what's been changed and how it basically plays now. Relearning the game in some areas as well, because I forgot about temples and how to rebuild them and stuff like that. I will say that I like a lot of the changes in the remaster, but at the same time, there's also some that, like, you know, I'm sort of iffy on. Like, I like the merchants and the concept behind them, it's just that there's too many merchants in the end, so it's not that great, but whatever. And you know what, just to sort of show it off.
General!
Let's just, like, you know, just take these guys on. So, we'll just, like, do that.
Victory and glory! Settlement captured!
So, there we go. Alright, so it's like no, like, you know, sort of end game screen or anything like that. You just like just win a game and that's basically it. I thought basically like, you know, the like original one here was like, you know, some sort of like, you know, timeline to basically see like, you know, what happened. But I guess not. Oh well. Alright, so I'll note because I basically like, you know, beat the game, all the factions will be unlocked now. So there's like Macedon. And I'll note that like, you know, some of these factions weren't like playable in the original game, so I'm gonna be very eager to basically see what they're all about. So Macedon's, for example, is a, you know, unplayable faction from the original game. Pontus is basically another like, you know, one that's basically non-playable in the original game. Germania, of course, was non-playable, but you know, we already like saw the thing for them. Armenia was not playable, but you know, it'll be playable for me now. Same with Dacia. I think the Numidians weren't playable, but I can't, you know, totally like remember that. Scythians weren't playable. Spain certainly wasn't playable. And of course, Thrace wasn't playable. But whatever. So, oh look at this, they actually have like very hard for Thracians, so these guys are easy. Macedon's fairly medium. Egypt's easy. I don't agree with that. That's, I mean, they're like, you know, the study states they have a good roster. I mean, you have to get like, you know, past like the Pontus and like the Egypt and stuff like that right away, which is hard. Again, I don't consider this faction hard. It's like probably medium faction. That I agree with. That's probably true because these guys are a small faction to begin with. Same with Armenia over here. Gaul's hard. Germania is probably considered hard. These guys are probably easy. Very hard for Dacians, very hard for Thrace. I don't know why they're calling the Numidians hard, because they're actually very hard to play, but whatever. Scythians are apparently hard. They're probably medium. Those guys are hard. They probably are hard. They're medium for Greeks. Alright, well. So, I just want to go in through this like really quickly before we bow out, but just sort of like look at some of the stuff I was basically like changed between like the unit balancing and stuff like that. So unit balancing, the original stats are basically in like Rome Total War, but in a remaster, Peltas and similar units now skirmish more reliably, non-size Trouts morale is slightly reduced. Armenia's later infantry have improved morale. A few units have minor cost adjustments. So unit balancing is actually probably a good thing to sort of like have in like the remaster, because some things like chariots were like just overpowered basically in the the original campaign. Like if you basically built like chariots for the British, you could like just like wipe like things with all resolve if you want to. So that has basically like quickly like changed to like not be the same thing in the remaster, I think. AI improvement, so the AI will be less hesitant and more aggressive across all difficulties. That's good, because they weren't really in like the original one. The AI can merge depleted units together, so important. The AI can disband units. Okay, why not? Roman factions cooperate with each other to defend Rome from attack. I mean, that's important. In Barbarian Invasion, the AI will demolish temples they can't improve upon capturing a settlement. I mean, that makes sense. So battles. Night battles are only available in the Barbarian Invasion. Rain does not affect flaming projectiles. So that's basically changed in the remaster. So night battles are available in base game, Barbarian Invasion, and Alexander. In Rain, flaming projectiles are less effective in structures. Logic for reinforcements has been adjusted so that they arrive more consistently. And balance in all resolved battles have been improved. So, basically they did a lot of improvements, like, with these three things right here. Campaign. So the game is unaltered. Traits can gain levels incrementally, but disappear instead of losing levels. You cannot dismiss agents you control. So those all really suck. But here's the changes. So ambushes have a larger area of effect. So basically, you can ambush things like from far away. The effect of Squalor on public order is capped. So that basically helps the barbarian factions, which basically have issues with Squalor once they have like tier 4 and tier 5 cities to worry about. Barbarian Tyrants provide bonuses to law and health. So, Barbarian Tyrants are basically like, something that's like not that great because, they basically give you like drunk traits and stuff like that, but here they basically like give you a little more to sort of balance that out a little bit. Unit upkeep and wages are deducted from faction treasury rather than recruiting someone's income, so that's probably just like making it so you can, buy them if you want to a little bit easier. Enslave option distributes slaves to all settlements, even with those governor. The thing about the enslavement, by the way, in the original game, apparently, if like governments basically outside settlements, you basically like a direct basically where like your slaves basically went to like populate certain cities. Here it's basically been like changed to be like a little more like sensible, so like you can't really like game that sort of effect. So I kind of agree with that decision, though I can see like why people might disagree with it. Disaster area effect is more accurately calculated. Higher probability of characters gaining accurate traits in some sort of an academy, so just like boost those things a little bit. The player can intervene in automatic settlements more easily. Okay, so that's not bad. I think that's why I was able to like manage all my settlements very easily. Traits both gain and lose levels. That's very nice. I like that very much. And agents can be dismissed. So you don't want your barbarian, you can get your assassin or merchant or whatever, you can get rid of them. Population cost balancing. So the population cost of recruitment varies based on unit size, graphics setting, as it's tied to the actual headcount of the unit. And then here, the population cost of recruitment is normalized across all unit sizes. Graphics settings for more consistent game balance. Recruiting unit costs as many soldiers as would be the headcount on normal unit size. So basically, like if it's like a normal unit, then like 6 men is like 6 men, even if it's like a bigger unit than that. So end turn. The end turn button behaves as in the original release. Clicking it will proceed to the next turn unless an event requires player action, so that's the original one. Here, if there's an unread message, the end turn button will appear as an alert button. Clicking it will open a news panel, allowing the player to review their items before ending turn. So, I don't think I really care for this that much, but I mean, it's kind of important to sort of like, check stuff you missed it, I guess. So, it's not like a bad thing, it's like, it could be all good, could be bad, whatever. I might turn it off if I basically like, do this again, because there was some times where like, clicking it, I didn't really need to, as I click it again. Not really sure what to say about population cost balancing, by the way, because like, doesn't seem like that big of a thing. Okay, diplomacy. The AI will make decisions based on present conditions, with only modest reference to past events. It can and also experience indecision in certain situations. So, that's always terrible in the original game, but whatever. So here, bribe amounts adjusted to more reasonable values. The AI is more willing to become a protectorate rather than face a certain annihilation, so it makes sense. They did it a couple times with me. Compensation options have been added to help improve relations with a faction after past transgressions. Past relations have great influence on how factions behave toward each other. The AI can cancel treaties, and added prevention of immediate treaty betrayals. So, all pretty good. And then merchants and trade. So, the only agent type are spies, diplomats, and assassins. Trade only happens between settlements that share a land border or a maritime trade lane. So that's basically what the original thing was. In the remaster, it has merchants. Merchants can be recruited from markets and create additional trade between distant settlements. Multiple resource nodes of the same type in a single region have been grouped together into singular higher quantity nodes. And merchants are available in base game and Barbarian Invasion, but not Alexander. So, I'll note, by the way, if I basically was to play this again, I'd probably go with like the classic thing here for like, merchants and trade, because I really don't care for the merchants. They just sort of like slow the game down. I'd probably turn off like, the end term thing. And, the thing about the original one is it makes sense, basically, that like, unit size basically depicts like how many people are basically taken. So, if a unit basically had like say 100 people basically in it, then like, it takes 100 people, as opposed to say like, 60. So population size recruitment and normalized across all unit size graphics. Spur markers in the game balance. I mean, it's probably like, good thing remastered if like, sport balance, but not really sure about it. All this stuff is pretty much fine for most parts. I'm not really, against it, but whatever. But alright, so I will never have this basically on high again. We saw how terrible that basically was. So arcade battles are quicker and less realistic. Morale, fatigue, and some abilities are disabled. Those are government must be present to manage the summit. So I think that basically like, doesn't really matter with like the remaster, but not really sure. No battle timelet, that like I didn't have it on. Follow characters. Show character moves at the end of each turn. Short campaign if I want to, so but there's like short campaigns for all this stuff here, so you can like see like what the short campaigns are. So if I was basically playing a short campaign for like Julii here, I would only basically wipe out Gaul and like take 15 provinces to basically win. These guys have to wipe out Macedon and Greek cities. These guys have to wipe out Carthage and Numidia. Interesting. So, I wonder why these guys have it so easy if it's wipe out Gaul, because these guys have to wipe out 2 factions each. Like maybe these guys maybe wipe out Spain as well. Like the Carthage here have to wipe out Spain. Like that was the Scipii. Macedon has to wipe out the Greek cities and Thrace. Egypt has to wipe out the Seleucid Empire in Armenia. These guys have to wipe out Egypt. I'm actually okay if like these guys wipe out Egypt just for some reason that like they have a hard game anyways, so whatever. Parthia have to wipe out the Seleucid Empire in Armenia. Pontus has to wipe out Armenia and Thrace apparently. I have no idea why, but okay. Gaul has to wipe out the House of Julii and SBQR, so that's hard for sure because you have to wipe out Rome, which is going to be hard for the factions to defend it now. So do you guys have to wipe out Dacia and Scythia? That's really hard, by the way, just wiping out Scythia because they're horse auction and stuff like that. These guys are pretty easy. Just wipe out Gaul. Armenians has to wipe out the Seleucid Empire, so that's pretty like challenging, I guess. Again, Dacia has to wipe out like 2 factions, Macedon and Thrace, so that's pretty hard for like a small faction like them. Greek has to do the same thing. Numidian just has to wipe out Carthage. That's actually not too hard for him, I think, to do. Scipii has to wipe out Daisy and Thrace. You know, pretty standard, I guess. That won't be too hard for him to basically pull off, I think. So, you know, Scipii probably has it very easy. Scipii has to wipe out Carthage, so... I mean... How? You have to like, cross over here, that'd be, like, you know, a pain. Thrace has to wipe out Macedon, so that's what they're all about. Alright, so... that was basically it for Rome Total War Remastered, or Total War Rome Remastered. And I'm quite happy with, like, the, you know, the campaign basically played. First time basically ever, you know, won the game, like, you know, completely, like, you know, out, like, to the end like that, so hooray for that. That's all it really is, so hope you guys basically enjoy it, and take care.